to The Average Drinker. I'm Dara, and of course, I'm your average drinker. And this week, it's an MGP Showdown. I have the Penelope Barrel Strength. I think this is batch 7. Yep, definitely batch 7. Then I have the Remus Repeal Reserve 5. That is a mouthful. And then I've got this Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered batch 75. I will say this, I have tried the Penelope and the Remus, and they're so delicious. I mean, so good. That's why I wanted to try them against this Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered, mainly because, well, this bottle is badass. But does it actually taste good? Maybe I should actually do a video on that sometime, like cool bottles, but do they taste good? Tell me what you think in the comments. Maybe that will be a video down the road. We'll see. Alright, so this Penelope Barrel Strength, it's 115.2 proof, which is actually really similar to the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. It's at 115.2 something proof as well. But on the flip side, this Remus is actually 100 proof. So we'll see which one is better. I mean, really, who knows? Does 100 proof really make it better or easier to drink? I'm about to figure that out. So I'm going to go ahead and pour these. They each have a sticker. It matches the bottle. I'm going to mix them up while I'm talking to you. And then we'll see which one is best. And maybe one isn't better than the other. Maybe they're all three amazing, which I know 2 are. So we'll find out here. Alright, I kind of feel like a really bad card dealer in Vegas, or like one of those people who are like, which ball is under which cup? I have no idea, and you have no idea, but these are probably pretty good and well mixed. Now, it's time to see which one is the best, and which one might not be the best, but actually, I think they're all really great. Some of these are actually a little harder to find than others. The Penelope was super easy to find. Right here, locally for me, really close to my house. But the Remus Repeal Reserve 5 was the toughest to find. Went on a bourbon hunting trip one Saturday, drove up to Wyoming, and it ended up finding it in northern Colorado, like far northern Colorado, and got super lucky. I felt like the Smoke Wagon also found pretty close to my house, but I know a lot of people have a tough time finding them. But seriously, why is it so hard to find some of these bourbons? Like, they're delicious, but can't we all just enjoy them? So either way, I'm about to tell you which one I like the most, and I'm going to rank them right here, give them a test. So I'm going to start with the right side, go to the left side, taste them back through after a little break, then I'm going to rank them, and we'll see which one ends up on top. So I'm going to start right here with this one on the right. And out of the 3, this one does look a little bit darker than the other 2 color-wise. Smell? On the nose, I think I can guess this one right away, but we'll see if I'm right. So on the nose, I think this is the Penelope, based on the intense caramel apple smell that I get right away. That's one thing I've noticed with most Penelopes is they do have this like caramel candied apple like note to it on the nose and on the palate. Very, very sweet though. Let's taste it. Oh yeah. So you get a little bit of proof, and I just spilled that all over myself, but that's okay. It's okay. Spilled whiskey, don't cry over it. Please don't cry. I might cry. Anyway, back to this. So right on the mouth, it does taste very sweet. You do get that caramel and that like green candy apple flavor. Like if you know of like a green, those lollipops that have that green lollipop on it and then it's like covered in caramel dip. That's exactly what this tastes like. Very sweet, a little bit of proof on the back end and a little cinnamon that comes through on the back end, but it's very good. It's very, very good. Give it a second sip there to make sure I'm not missing any notes. I would say Second sip wise, I still get those other notes, but I also get a little bit of tobacco, maybe a hint of leather on the back end. All right, now that I spilled half a gallon of water on myself, time to try the second one. So on the nose, this one isn't quite as sweet, but I do get almost a hint of like banana nutty bread, like nutty banana bread. But way less complex on the nose as the last one I tried. It doesn't smell hot either. It smells a little less hot. So right off the bat, my guess is that this is the Remus, but this is a guess. We'll see. So this one is very sweet as well. A little more oaky. It does have a caramel note to it, vanilla note to it, but it's not nearly as complex and forthcoming as the first one I just tried. It's still very good, but the taste profile isn't as strong. I am getting a little more on that second taste though. A little cinnamon, a little stronger on the vanilla, some tobacco, maybe a little brown sugar too. A very, very sweet, not super, super tough to drink. It does seem like a lighter proof, but could be wrong. I've been known to be wrong before. Just ask my mom. All right, now that I'm guessing all of them as we go, let's try this third one the first time through. It's hard to rank these, so I might need a second time through to really rank them and get a feel for how they taste and the flavors that come through a little more. This one actually surprisingly has a little bit of that green apple note on the nose as well. So I'm kind of feeling a little stumped right now. But it has a little more caramel that comes through than the first one. Like a little more caramel, a little more intense on the sweetness. And not as much of a bite on the nose. So the first one I could have tasted a little more like ethanol-y. I mean, not tasted, but like smelled a little more ethanol in my nose. And this one is a little less. So let's give it a taste. Very interesting. So this one doesn't taste as hot on the proof as the first one did. Less of that ethanol note coming through on the back end, less of that burn, but you're getting more of that cinnamon and tobacco, more caramel, super, super intense with the brown sugar. I mean, it's like you just scooped in like cinnamon and brown sugar into a cup, mixed it all together, almost maybe like a hint of black tea. Maybe a little like, I need to take a sip again. That is so good. All three of these are so good. This one, again, has a little bit more of that tobacco and cinnamon on the back end compared to the first one. Definitely higher proof. I'm going to say maybe this is a Smoke Wagon. And I would say the middle one right now is honestly my third favorite because I tend to lean more toward these higher proof. But I'm not gonna pass judgment right away. I am gonna give these a second try through. I'm gonna take a little break, drink a little water, more water. All right, now that I've drank even more water and had a deep look into reality and like reached within my soul to figure out which one might this one be and this one be and this one be, I'm throwing it all out the window now because I really don't know which one is which, but I'm going to taste them through again and I'm going to try to remove some of my mental bias because, well, even though I don't know what these are, I think I know what they are, and I still, I like to believe that I know which one is which and which one I like more. Who knows? I could be wrong. We'll see. Okay, so I'm going to start back through the other way. Give them a try. Again, it's so sweet on the nose. It's so sweet. Delicious. Last time I said I smelled more like caramel notes or caramel apple notes, but this time butterscotch. Butterscotch caramel vanilla comes through way more intensely. I'm not getting that green apple smell as much. Taste it. Oh, that is so good. It's like the perfect balance of butterscotch, cinnamon, and tobacco with a little heat on the back end that I actually like. And I enjoy that because I don't want it to be so smooth that I can't tell that it's whiskey. For me, I really enjoy that. I think that's why I've fallen in love with like barrel strength, cask strength whiskey. So, second time through, number 1 so far, but, well, we just begun. All right, back to the middle one. I'm just not getting as strong of a nose on this one. I mean, I do smell that vanilla and that caramel and a little bit of oak, but not as strong as the flavor from this one. Let's taste it. It's definitely sweeter, and the back end doesn't burn as much, but it's very sweet. It actually has a little bit of butteriness to it, and it has a little different tongue feel. So maybe a hint of like an oily tongue on it, like an oily palate. It reminds me of baking with my grandma, like a little bit of that allspice and like a French toast. So if you're like tossing like egg whites and French toast and a lot of butter though, like a pot full of Crisco. That's what this is. A pot full of Crisco with a splash of cinnamon. It's good. It's very good. It's just not quite as like good as this one. So, I'm going to move that one in second for now. Let's go to this third one. Ooh, wait a second. I gotta go back because that really reminded me of cinnamon French toast. Like a hint of maple syrup on the back end. I mean, just like the slightest, like, oh, it's good. It's good. Huh. Maple syrup, yep. Okay, back to this third one. Sometimes I get a little excited. Again, I smell that. I like to say again. Again. Okay. Green apple, caramel, brown sugar, cinnamon, you know, the normal. But it's like it melted in your mouth. Like you ate like a Carmelo, hint of mocha, but a Carmelo that just melted in your mouth. Like, have you ever had a Carmelo? It tastes like I just bit into a Carmelo and the caramel just like spread out in my mouth. That's exactly what that tastes like, with a hint of cinnamon at the very back end. All right, this is tough. Oh, that's extra sweet, very sweet. I might be wrong on my guesses because now I'm second guessing myself, which happens a lot, and I overthink everything. But this is really good. I am going to put this one. Oh, this is tough. These are all very good. For the record, I would buy every single one of these. We'll go through that in a minute, but these are great. So no matter how this ranking comes out, I would drink these all day long, every single day of the week. As a daily sipper, if I could. If I was like rich and famous. All right, I think I finally have my final order. It was tough because the differences between these are minute. They're so small. They're all great bourbons. I would drink these every single day of the week. But one has to win and one has to not lose. Just be a little less better than the first one, I guess. Okay, so let's look at these, see what we've got for my final order. So 1, 2, and 3. We're going to start with number 3. And on the bottom, we've got a green sticker. So, I'm going to look to my side. And the green sticker. Woo! I am a little surprised by this. This is the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered. That one is in 3rd place. Which is interesting because I haven't had it before. Now, let's see what is in second place, okay? Yellow! What is yellow? Yellow is the Remus Repeal Reserve 5. And again, this was a very, very tough decision between these two. They were so close in flavor profile, but slightly different and less proof. This one I actually thought was going to finish third. So I was wrong. I'll admit it. I was wrong. So now we know number 1 was the Penelope Barrel Strength. This is an excellent bourbon. It's very, very good. All 3 of these are awesome. So we've got number 1, number 2, and number 3. The Penelope runs you about $50 to $60 in Denver. The Remus Repeal Reserve 5 will be about $90. And the Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered is about $70. I would probably spend that amount on each one of these. Alright, so the Penelope finished number 1. Remus Repeal Reserve number 5 finished number 2. And Smoke Wagon Uncut Unfiltered finished number 3. Now the question is this. This weekend I was actually able to find a Remus Repeal Reserve number 4 in Kansas. Now I want to know, is the 5 better than the 4? Is the 4 better than the 5? Have you tried them? Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Be sure to hang out with this crazy average drinker journey and see what I think, and I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comments, and be sure to tune in for next time.